I'm working on a shiny living dex and I'm splitting it up into smaller categories so I can feel like I've accomplished something. So here's every shiny fighting Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. With an asterisk. Okay, hear me out, Koraidon and Okidogi are shiny locked. I physically can't get them shiny right now. I am going to get the other shiny legendaries at some point using Dynamax Adventures, but they're going to be their own category. So even though some Pokemon like Gabalion are available in this game, they're not counting. They're shiny locked in this game anyway. Also in their own category, starters. The Gen 1 through 8 starters will be their own category, and the Gen 9 will have their own category, since they've got to be Masuda method hunted. Also, Sneasler and Hisui and Sneasel's not in this category, since I'll hunt those in Legends Arceus. And lastly, Pokemon that have 2 types will go into whichever type category that most of their line has. Anyway, let's get started with Paldea. First we have Pawmo and Pawmot. These guys are fighting electric, but Pawmi is pure electric, so I was going to put them in the electric category, but I already had them, so here they are. Gallade! He belongs in the psychic category, but I happen to already have him too, so here he is. Breloom belongs in the grass category, but I already have one as well. They're currently in Pokemon Pearl getting some ribbons. Makuhita and Hariyama, the first ones on the list, technically. Hariyama's shiny is really nice with the pure purple. I kinda wish they'd kept the shiny colors for the original Pokemon for the future Paradox Pokemon. Wouldn't that be so much cooler? Also, here's me failing a Makuhita. It was there for less than a second. For Brawler, for some reason I was dreading this one even though it's pretty obvious. I found one pretty quick too up on Glaciado Mountain. That was it for that sandwich, so I had another, and another, and another, and another. I could just not find another one to evolve. I needed a break, so I went for Mankey for a bit. I had an outbreak and I wanted to get all 3 that day, which I did, super easy. It made up for all those sandwiches where I didn't get Brawler. Here's Primeape and Annihilate. I tried Brawler again, still nothing. Okay, maybe I'll do that one another day, I'm getting sick of the snow. Who's next? Meditite and Medicham, which have gender differences. For context, I'm getting a shiny of each form when there are multiple forms, and gender differences count. Meditite's ears are lower on the females, so I need to get a male and a female, and Medicham's differences are... okay. Why? I wasn't feeling too great after not getting that Brawler so many times, so even though the first 3 of these went by fairly quickly, about 1 per sandwich, I still felt like I was going slow. I got 2 females and a male and just needed 1 more. I took a break for the night, came back for the next day, and one showed up super quickly, like right when I started the sandwich. Wrong gender though. Okay, keep hunting then. At the end of the second sandwich, I finally got the one I needed. Perfect. I evolved those and got them off the list. Riolu and Lucario are next. I just caught a Riolu from the baby Pokemon event. I knew I'd need one more to evolve, so after posting that video I went back for another Riolu, and Munchlax and Magby and Elekid and Pichu, just thinking ahead. I feel like I should mention I do have that event Lucario from a while back, but a rule I implemented is that if I can catch the Pokemon myself, I have to. Otherwise, using event shinies are fine. These Galarian birds are shiny locked right now, but I have the 3 shinies from the competition thing. I was actually on vacation when I had to battle for one of these guys. So these guys are fair, Lucario isn't. Moving on, Krogunk is next. I have one already, I don't remember where I caught him, but he's in a Hisui in Pokeball. He still counts. Krogunk and Toxicroak also have gender differences with their belly stripes, so I need 4 of these things at the very least. Unless I catch a Toxicroak, but I feel like I'll probably just get Krogunks and evolve them. Can I talk about Krogunk real quick? I knew Flamigo and Rooper would show up if I used poison or fighting sandwiches over at the bog/swamp area, so I thought I'll head to the land just south of Flag Lake, that'll be fine. Tauros might show up if I use fighting, so I'll use a poison sandwich. I forgot that Gulpin spawned here. Okay, that's fine, if I catch one of those I won't be upset. Oh, found a shiny Swalot. Okay, I'll grab that and another shiny Swalot. Okay, this one's sleepy. Oh, there's a Gulpin. Okay. Oh, there's Krogunk. Less than a minute left on the sandwich, he showed up. I now have 2 male Krogunks. Next, I try a fighting sandwich, hoping that I'll be too far away from the Tauros to spawn them, and instead... Flamigo? Oof. I haven't gotten to Flamigo yet, but I already have one, so I wasn't too excited to see her, at least until I saw that she was marked. Lunchtime. Okay, so Krogunk doesn't have a good spot to hunt, at least that I know of. I already had Flamigo and Gulpin and Swalot and really didn't need any more of them, so I thought I'd switch to Legends Arceus for a bit. Actually, I already had a female there. I needed 1 more though, so I perfected Krogunk and Toxicroak's dex entries to raise their shiny rates and flew around the Mirelands. Then I swear I heard a shiny. I stopped flying and plummeted because I wasn't used to Arceus's controls anymore. When I hear a shiny, I just grab a screen recording and then go back to listen to see where the sound was coming from, and I went to my photos to play it back. Nothing. Weird, must be imagining it. So I go back and... Okay, what are the odds of that? I must have heard it right. Even though the recording didn't? You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm still hunting for Grunk and not having a good time of it yet. You know what? I'm gonna put that one on pause for a while too. Doing the same thing for so long isn't good for my mental health. Next is Tauros. Okay, so Paldean Tauros has 3 forms and also looks like this. Look at that barely changes, and my eyes suck. I have to be on top of them to see that, but if I'm that close to them, they'll charge and I'll be stuck in that loop forever, so I decided these will have their own category. I'll do them someday, but not now. I'll have to be in the mood for these things, and I'll probably wait for outbreaks for them. Then I ended up trying for the fire one for some reason, and they're actually pretty noticeable from the sky. That's not a fire one though. Okay, I got that one, named him Fight Me. I keep looking for the fire one, and they finally show up. I call him Flash Fire. I went to bed. The next morning I woke up, and there was an outbreak of them. That would have been nice yesterday, but okay. Well, I started hunting for the water Tauros for a while and caught him too. His name is Flash Flood. I was really dreading this hunt, but it actually turned out to not be as bad as I thought it would be. I went back to hunt for Grunk and found a female Toxicroak. Perfect! She was not staying in the ball though. Took a long time to get her to stay. Heracross, another one with gender differences. I already had a male but needed the female still. Let me just have a fighting sandwich and fail 2 of them. I'm gonna pretend I can tell what shape the horn is and say that it was male both times just to make me feel better. Meet Spike and Heart. Phalanx, Hawlucha, Passimian, and Flamigo were all super easy. I got Phalanx and Flamigo early in 2023, Hawlucha in February of 2024, and Passimian between those Heracross fails. Passimian's sleepy. Next is the Paradox Pokemon. Iron Hands was one of my first shinies I hunted for. It was around the time that everyone was using them in Terra raid battles, so I set them up for that and have been using them ever since. They're called Silver and they're wonderful. Iron Valiant. I've seen some people, I'm guessing Scarlet players, hunt for Iron Valiant in that same cave that Roaring Moon spawns. In Scarlet, Roaring Moon only spawns there, but Iron Valiant will spawn in the whole cave by Research Station 4. Strongly recommend hunting for them there, significantly easier. Speaking of Scarlet, I mostly just play Violet, but I do have Scarlet. It's stuck offline though because I don't want to get rid of the dragon outbreak. I want so many shiny Dratini's. I don't have enough yet. Anyway, I connect locally to make a sandwich because I'm out of Herba Mystica on Scarlet, and head out for the past Paradox Pokemon, Great Tusk and Slitherwing. I find a shiny Hawlucha by accident. I eventually find my shiny Slitherwing and warp to Research Station 4, step out the door to find my shiny Great Tusk already there. I named them Old Sunmoth and Old Doniphan. Doniphan is what I named my shiny Donphan, by the way. Originally, that was going to be it. I was going to do Kitakami and Blueberry separately, but for some reason I just kept going. So for Kitakami, Poliwrath. This is Polypunch. He was on my Scarlet Kitakami shiny only team. Skipping the Pokemon we already did in Paldea, that leaves us with Timber. And this one caused me some issues. I kept thinking I saw a yellow one even though I didn't. The first 2 showed up easy, but the last one had me questioning my vision. Got some O dragons from that outbreak I still have active in Scarlet. Jangmo-O is sleepy and Kuma-O is stern. Mienfoo was easy to find. Here they are evolved. Blueberry Academy. Starting with... oh, I forgot about Abominable. Here she is, she's called Surprise. Tyrogue. I caught myself 3 of these, 2 in dive balls, 1 in a nest ball. I evolved 2 of them, then brought my Hitmontop over from Scarlet. I caught him in a Dynamax adventure. I think I was after Zygarde and wanted him for Triple Axel. Next, Scraggy and Scrafty. These guys also felt like they took forever, but probably didn't. No more than 3 hours at least. I spent a lot of that time knocking out Scraggy thinking that the shiny would be subtle, even though I checked clips on YouTube and it was pretty obvious. Scraggy's uncommon. The rest of the Blueberry fighting types are all starters, so they'll be their own thing. That leaves me with 47 shiny fighting type Pokemon. 51 if you count the extra meta types, Phalanx, Flamigo, and Hawlucha. I don't know how many Pokemon are total in my Scarlet and Violet hunt. I have an app that tracks my shinies, but it counts gender variants as 1 Pokemon, so it's hard to know for sure without counting by hand. But 27's a good start. I'm actually at 300, but don't worry about it. Also, one last thing. Certain Pokemon will be their own video if they have a lot of forms or require a lot of work. All 63 Alchemy, that'll probably be its own video. 3 segmented Dunsparce, 3 family Tandemos, Ditto, Zora. Anything like that will be separated into its own video since it's so much more work than the other Pokemon. Anyway, that's it. Gonna go hunt for some more shinies. Bye!